If I were to update my website with relevant information that solved problems for Twitter or Yahoo or anybody else, if I just found out what their problem was and told them I could solve it, they'll find you. You just need to know what the problem is. And that's the industry we live in. This is the problem. I know the solution. We're heroes. That's how that works. Here is this industry. Here is this problem. I can solve that for you. It's just a three-point story. Here I am. Here you are. Here's your problem. Here's the solution. The more you can solve that, the better. Of course, if you do not pay your hosting, there's nothing I can do. There's no hat in hand. There's no begging. There's no finagling connections. There's no, would you do this for me? Would I do that for you? None of that nonsense. You just write good stuff. You create good content, and you can control that. This would be well beyond the obvious, but not to everybody. I can tell you how to get 1 million people to come to your website because I've done it. I can tell you how to get 1 million people to your website. The way you do that is you keep writing until 1 million people show up. You know, well, okay, well, duh. But that's the way it is. You just keep writing. If 1 million people haven't shown up, you haven't written enough yet. You just keep doing. I had a little girl and when I was in Japan, I lived in Japan for almost 20 years. We did these walkathons, you know, take pledges, get money, that kind of thing. And so we did these walkathons when I was in Japan. Problem was, nothing like that had ever been done in Japan before. Nobody had ever taken pledges and gathered money and sent it off to save, you know, people in third world countries. Never did that before. My Japanese is really good. I can speak in Japanese as well as I do in English. And I explained this to my staff and to my students. We're going to do a walkathon. We're going to go out. We're going to walk 100 kilometers, about 62 miles. We had a 24-hour time limit, 62 miles. I said, let's go. And they looked at me like I was an idiot. You know, my words were perfect. My explanation was clear, but they still couldn't comprehend. They couldn't comprehend. Take pledges, get money, walk, pledge, you know, send. They said, nah, Sensei, we're not interested. So I waited a year. And I said, and I brought it up again. And they said, you never talked about that last year. We're not interested. I don't think we really want to do that. So I waited another year and I brought it up again. I said, listen, you know, third world countries, we can make an impact. We can do things. We just walk, raise money. And they still looked at, you know, you keep telling that to us, but we don't understand what you're doing. We don't want to do it. I said, just watch. I'll do it by myself. I said, I will go. You just watch. And then they said, Sensei, if you're going to go, we're going to go with you. We're not sure what we're doing, but we'll go. So we went out. We raised $3,000. For $30, I can buy a kid who's been sold into slavery in India. I can buy him back. And that's a long story. I don't want to depress anybody, but for $30, I bought 100 kids. And then they got it. And then there were pictures. These are the kids who were in slavery. Now they're not in slavery anymore. We bought them back. Well, fast forward a few years, Emiko Kobayashi, 17-year-old little Japanese girl, little tiny Japanese girl, said, we're going to go 100 kilometers. We're going to walk 100 kilometers. And because I'll go. And so we took off, 24-hour time limit. Midnight, we start at midnight, we go to midnight. Midnight, everybody's home except for Emiko. So Emiko, she's not home. So we pack everything up, put everything away. I get in my car and I go looking for Emiko. And I find her at 86 kilometers, about 57 miles. Here's how 8 miles to go. I said, Emiko, get in the car. I said, Emiko, get in the car. She starts crying, and I start crying. I said, Emiko, get in the car. There's nobody out there. There's nobody going to feed you. There's nobody going to watch you. She wouldn't get in the car. 27 hours. She finished. 27 hours she finished because she made up her mind that she was going to do it. It wasn't, I will try. It wasn't, I'm going to do my best. In her mind, I'm going 100 kilometers. I just wonder how long it takes. So you're going to have to make up your mind what kind of person you are. You see, because if I do more, and I do it better, and I do it more often, I stay with it long enough, I can do it. I've seen it work 50, 60 times. And the question is, what are you made of?